godsend. So this was a really close game. That was, again, just the other day. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but right down to the wire. And again, that, like when you're playing a team like Godsend on a map like Vertigo and you're able to push them that far, that's looking pretty good. And like you said already, this has been a bit of a roster adjustment. Swisher now put into the play of this, so that's what makes ATK a little bit more exciting. But does look like we're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. Inferno is the start, and I cannot wait.
All right, so we've got ATK on the CT side here, and we've got Carpe Diem on the T side. A lot of typing already going on in this first round, so you got to wonder there if everybody's kind of ready to go. Doesn't seem like anybody's backing off from a fight, though, so I think we are settled into things here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good spot. That's tons of information, too. So now, I mean, Carpe Diem, like, what they're doing is they're just kind of getting the map control as much as possible. Ooh, nice shot. Walco gets taken out, but now you can see Carpe Diem, they're putting a lot of that focus in towards Bracken and Apartments, and this is just going to be the full pop.
Yeah, it's just going to be this bias here. Floating can get away with it. No, Hex and Chop getting those first two entries, and that'll be the A bomb site wide open. Now forced into a retake on this first pistol. Two coming up through mid, and we've also got ourselves MisteM coming up through arches. And they're just going to take their time, slow things down. They've got some time to work with. No kits to work with.
Yeah, they don't have a kit, but they do that flash, so it's going to be burned. And now Hex is able to get some good damage, but MisteM, okay, he goes for a little bit of a nice little drive-by. This is changing things up a little bit here, Jacob, and now it's just looking like it. Oh, this is bad. Swisher's resorting to a knife. Oh, this is such a BM, and he's gone.
Oh, no. Oh, I cannot believe that that round played out like that. The dualies, you have so much ammo to start off with, but if you run out, you have to do like a 10-second reload. And that just doesn't end up working out very well for Swisher, and that will be the first round ceded over to Carpe Diem. Well, all right. I really enjoy that for a start off to things.
Yeah, man, if it's going to be like that, I think this is going to be a long BO3, but I love to see it. And Carpe Diem, man, they pick up that pistol, and even though there was a big advantage that came from ATK, doesn't matter at all. Carpe Diem were able to respond to that situation. They do actually have a lot of investment into this one, Jacob, so they have the utility, but they only have the 1 MAC-10, but again, they went all rifles, so they're not messing around at all. So you can even see ATK getting ready for the paw flash. Is going to be MisteM, goes for the swing, and he's able to find one, but it's an immediate trade.
I don't know if that was really worth it to go for that. I mean, maybe if that flash gets, 2 or 3, and then he's able to, at least get 2 for his troubles there, that might have been worth it. But if you're handing over that rifle, I mean, it's not so much that you're handing it over to them, it's that it's not in your possession anymore as a team, and you've only got Eagles and 1 more to work with. But 2 players on this B bomb site as Carpe Diem prep themselves for this. Looks to be a B site execute. Just a little bit of a spam duel coming out, just biding their time. This is the classic Inferno. Just hang around and enjoy the sights and the sounds, and then throw a full execute onto the B bomb site.
Oh man, it's just raining nades. And now Swisher just throwing a little bit of a saving grace with 1 pop flash. Not going to affect the Carpe Diem squad at all, and he's creeping on through. Oh, there's a gap, and this could be huge.
Oh.
But Fady, no, he's not able to find it.
Missing the check too. He got him on the double take, and Bowden's got to be careful on the swing out. He's going to get shot through the smoke. That just does leave MisteM all by himself, crawling over from the A bomb site, and that force up's not going to work in the favor of ATK, so they will be relegated back down to not having any money going into round number 3.
Yeah, and it's a risky purchase to go for ATK, but I mean, I don't disagree with it, because again, if they would have won this could have broke the money situation for Carpe Diem, but like I mentioned in the early round, I mean, Carpe Diem, they put a full amount of investment into this, so I mean, like I said, they were not messing around. They definitely wanted to make sure they could get themselves that second. MisteM might be able to find a kill, but he might just try to stay alive, because again, he doesn't have any armor, but he does have the dig, and oh, he's looking for it. Oh, look at Jacob. Oh, look at Jacob. Jacob! Oh, he gets at least 1.
I definitely respect it. I respect that buy when it comes to ATK there, because, you got to go for it. doesn't really work out for them too much, and they certainly might be seeding themselves a third, considering most of them will be running into this next round with USPs, and it does look like they're prepped up for a nade stack here, so keep your eyes peeled and see where they take this. It's looking like they're going to be taking this one towards Banana. First one going out, second one. Damage is minimal. Walco only taking 9 damage off of the back of those AGs, and unfortunately, I think that may be their trump card in the round unless we see some crazy USP double taps.
Yeah, and they're not even really trying any like kind of a stack. They don't have any utility that they're going to work off of it. You know, even just a quick little jiggle. So right now they got that 3-2 set up. So again, they're just kind of playing a standard CT side. And this is where Carpe Diem again. They're just kind of getting feelers, right? CLASIA's able to get by. That's huge. Fady might be able to find the back of him. This could be huge. Gets the timing right. He might be gifted a kill. Oh, there it is.
That timing just exploited perfectly. It will only go for 1, and he's not able to recover that rifle, but that is leaving it into, okay, MOTM, bringing it into a 3 versus 4. CT side on an advantage, so they've just been playing around the edges, playing these timings, and they've been able to get a couple of kills for their troubles, and now these rifles are going to have to hold on their own, and now it's a 1v3 playing out of Boiler, but the lineup is perfect, and Wiz gets 2, and suddenly a situation that was looking rather dicey turns into something that's pretty easy. Losing 2 rifles, the health is pretty low, but it's going to be a lot for Swisher to get back into things with just this USP.
Yeah, not a whole lot to expect here from Swisher. I mean, if he can find one more kill, that would be huge. Again, he's, you know, 2 of the members are quite low here from the Carpe Diem side. And then there we go. So now, okay, he's going to be just waiting in Banana, trying to see what the exits can be. But Carpe Diem going to exit through CT. I mean, Swisher could find this one player, and I think Hex is the one player with the most HP. So not the duel you want to go for, but he's going to go for it anyways, and that's fine. And now we got ourselves a full gun round, and this is where the test is going to be.
Excited to see what they do here. Bowden's going to be on the AWP. Nice to see that. I remember he came out on an absolute tear coming into ECL in his first game. I believe he was immediately off the flight to their team house in Mexico and just dropped like 40 on Mirage, like just absolutely annihilated. And we haven't seen any of those crazy performances from him yet. After that, like he's put in some definitely good performances, but we have yet to see him kind of absolutely pop off. And I'd love to see, you know, I'd love to see some more of that, because when you have Bowden Master just absolutely controlling the match, it is one thing to behold.
No, it's a really good point, Jacob. Yeah, it'd be good to see what we can find from Bowden, and especially with his op out too. Back to the 3-2, and again, the CTs from ATK, sorry, they've been able to just have the 3 leaning on the A site, but now they're going to have the MisteM going to be going back for the rotate, so dropping the nades and going to leave that here for Swisher. Yeah. And I like this because, I mean, Carpe Diem, they've been pretty much doing this over and over again, right? They're just going slow, getting the mid-bracket control, and then eventually they just kind of pop it, right? I mean, the last round we saw the B execute, but again, they are just trying to get that, you know, as much real estate as they can.
Yeah, that's something that Carpe Diem's always been really good at. They're really good at playing the time on this map, and that's why their win rate is just crazy. You know, they just wait for the CTs to just kind of show a little bit of face and just punish. Autumn moving up here under quad. An opportunity to be a thorn in the side of Carpe Diem as they execute their way into the A bomb site. Look at this 4-man stack. CLASIA checking for it, and he will get the kill, but swinging around from the other side. MisteM. Oh no, the A1S spray causing all sorts of problems, but they're going to be funneling in, and this is going to be a perfect lineup for Fady, and the kills are just falling all in the way of ATK, and it's going to look like a first round for them. Bomb is even down. Wiz just going to try and save the AWP.
Yeah, a huge hold that was happening in Big Pit, right? They had the 2 players that were able to just get a full mow down. It was a great little bit of a crossfire that we saw from ATK. It's looking a little bit scary in the beginning there, but again, they were able to get themselves rebounded and looking a lot more clean. And Carpe Diem, I mean, they kind of looked like they got stuck in some quicksand and they can just knock it out of that situation, right? And now we're going to see ATK finally getting their first round, and the op is still in rotation, but again, now Wiz will still have his as he's been able to save it. And I'd almost like to see something a little bit, you know, a little bit quicker, I think, Jacob, just from Carpe Diem. I mean, they've been doing a pretty good default, but right now, if they can, you know, maybe test the waters a little bit more, you know, go from the shallow to the deep end, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, I would like to see something quick from them, just to kind of show face, show some pace. They've got kind of the right composition to work with for this. They're a little bit light on utility, and actually having to waste quite a bit of it just trying to stay alive on banana already. But I would like to see something quick. I agree. I think right now ATK have just been able to kind of sit back and play their game.
Tons of utility being burned too, right? Like, look at how much the CTs have already depleted. They got a couple smokes and flashes, but man, that's not enough.
I mean, T-side only has 2 flashes, a smoke, and an HE, so kind of light on both ends of the spectrum here. But I agree, it's kind of weird seeing how much utility flying out. And they're just going to jump their way out onto the A-bomb site. And Autumn just trying to stay safe, but his gun blocks the view. It's going to be Carpe Diem, actually, just another explosive take onto the A-bomb site. This will surely be a save for ATK.
And like I said, I mean, the last time these two teams played against each other in the open, I mean, this map went the full distance. But Carpe Diem, again, just showing why they're, you know, a pretty strong T-sided team, and we'll have to see what else ATK can do. And, I mean, it might be a little early for the timeout call. I mean, this was only one gun round that's come on through, but, I mean, if this lead gets a little bit bigger, I mean, we're probably going to be seeing that come in pretty quick from the ATK squad.
Yeah, and I'm personally a big fan of making those timeout calls early because there's like a stigma that goes around where people think that, you know, gotta save that just in case you need it. Well, you know, bad news, you need it, so use it. So, because you've got 4 of them, you know, you've got 4 of them per map, so you might as well use those timeouts to get yourself sorted out, because you can find yourself getting into this rhythm where you're thinking, okay, next round, we'll get them next time, boys, and you just find yourself down, you know, 16-8, and you're like, what happened? So I would like to see them use something here if this gun round doesn't work out for ATK, but again, it was just kind of a beautiful play from Carpe Diem finding their way onto that bomb site with the guns that they had and the utility that they had. I mean, and it was unfortunate for MisteM when he just kind of got caught with his gun blocking his view.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure how that happened, but unfortunate to say the least.
Oh, so unfortunate. But I like the boost that they did. So MisteM actually gets boosted just on the other side of the wall here in lane. So that's actually a little cheeky spot. Again, it's a great, you know, little off angle that, you know, people do clear, but you don't always expect it. So at least for now, they've never tried it. Might be able to catch the Carpe Diem squad off guard. Bonin going to throw a good nade. Does actually a pretty significant amount of damage against Walco. A bit chunky. Now it's even, again, just Wiz going to lead with the op towards middle, but you can even see, again, Carpe Diem, they're really taking this slow, right? They're really not trying to put too much aggression onto this. There's a lot of respect from both teams, and even ATK, they have not tried to counter-aggress yet.
Yeah, I've been surprised, and Swisher getting caught on the jump up, that's going to be interesting. You can already start to see, starting to rotate a few players over, but MOTM going to get the first kill towards the A-bomb site and fall back off the back of that, and that may very well just set Carpe Diem towards the B-bomb site.
That's only one player, right? It's MisteM by themselves, so now MisteM has to lock this down. Doesn't have any utility, just has the M4 ready to go, and now the nades are going to be commenced. They're going to be able to push in, but oh no, the shots are not able to land! So now Carpe Diem, like you said, they've been able to get a free sight.
Yeah, that early information grab from Swisher, just kind of reckless. I think good kill from Bowden. That is an entry to get themselves back into this round here. They still have an opportunity for it, given the utility that they have. We'll touch back on that Swisher topic in a little bit. But some kind of an off angle for CLASIA here, but he's not able to hit the shot. Fading perfect peek, and Wiz hitting the no-scope. It's only a leg, though, leaving Walco in a 1v3. Hits the first, hits the second. All he has to do is spin around for the third, and he gets it. Carpe Diem, 5 rounds.
Whoo-wee. Okay. All right, Carpe Diem. Now the timeout's finally going to be used from ATK, like we mentioned, right? Things are starting to get a little out of control. It's a 5-1, you know, pretty big lead here for Carpe Diem, and honestly, they've been looking really smooth so far. And I mean,
individually, even.
It is, yeah. I'm glad you said it because I was just gonna say. I mean, you got Hexo at 7-3. I mean, CLASIA is at 5-3, and again, CLASIA, does put up some pretty big numbers too. But right now, from ATK side, it's just nobody's really getting those openings or really getting it much going, except for the one round that we saw. Carpe Diem kind of going for a bit of a quick aggression on the lane.
Yeah, and I also still wanted to touch on that bit from Swisher there from the last round. It really, he went for that swing. And you could see he was kind of giving an eye over towards the log pile, but then just kind of fell back and seemed to like immediately forget. And then went for that really close-up jump peek and just got his head taken off. And that was really the key to that round because it just allowed ATK, it allowed Carpe Diem to just completely pivot after losing that member on the A-bomb site take, and it just worked out perfectly for them. And okay, MisteM getting his head taken off immediately by Tax. That's going to take the only AK in the round. The only gun in the round. I couldn't quite see if it was an AK, but taking that away from them, that's big this early on.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. I mean, that's a huge pickup here for Carpe Diem. Yeah, and I know it's an eco round. It's it's a little bit different, but the fact that they already lose MisteM that early on. Odin's playing aggressive in this smoke. Actually makes some good damage too. Next is down to 1 HP, like you said, but again, they're not able to find it. So now it's just back to a 3-on-5, and still all 5 players remaining here for Carpe Diem, and a little bit of a sideshow going to be at the A site, and Fady's just trying to see what he can do, but he's just going to get plowed through that smoke, and starting to look like a little bit of a wash here for the ATK
Bottom's
side on the eco.
Lose his life too. Yep. Good try, good damage, I guess, but try doesn't get you into IEM Dallas, so they're going to have to try and figure something out here. As they've just, I mean, again, in eco, just working with some deegs and a single rifle, but it'll be a 6 on the board for Carpe Diem, and so far this has been a rather dominant T side for them. We will see them back into the rifles, though, so maybe an opportunity for them to try something new.
Yeah, this is an opportunity where we could see ATK, try something a little bit more adventurous, right? We talked about that timeout, and obviously it wasn't meant for that last round, but this is kind of the round where we have to see them do something a little bit different because they've been playing the default setups. They haven't really tried anything with aggression. They haven't tried anything a little bit cheeky with that op. So it makes me wonder if that's what they want to do, and it does look like actually MisteM was the one that dropped quite a bit of utility here for the teammates at B, but it's a full aggression. It's a full aggression, and MisteM's able to find one, but it's only going to be that with Swisher getting one too. But it's a B site again that's open up for grabs if Carpe Diem want it.
It's going to call the rotation too. You can see they've got actually oh, yep, there it is. Okay, so now the A bomb site is going to be completely clear. Everybody's heading their way over, and soon pretty much here Chop is going to discover that this bomb site's open, and that's going to call over the bomb. Realizing that this could be happening, though, Fady is going to stick around over towards Arches, and he could intercept this depending on how this timing with Chop works out. Oh, and it works out for ATK, and the bomb now isolated. Walco has to try and open this up. Bowden's watching for it, though, and look at that. Recovery from ATK. Carpe Diem tried to get a little bit too cute on the rotations. They thought they had a gap, but Fady ultimately is the person who kind of fixed that round together for him. And Wiz is going to have to try and attempt the 1v3 with the AWP.
Yeah, tough situation. He does have a smoke, though. But again, he has so much ground to clear, too. He's got a little bit of time that he can try to make a play. He can take down MisteM. This could now allow a 1v1 situation at both sites. He has to get this shot, and actually MisteM gets it. And Wiz just missing it. Bit of a, not really an off angle, but again, good positioning here that we see from MisteM. And now ATK get themselves the second. There should be plenty of cash available here for the Carpe Diem side. It makes me wonder if they want to keep that op into the rotation on the T side here, Jacob. And it looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, Wiz hasn't really caused any problems with it so far, outside of a couple of kills here and there. I mean, he did get, he did pick up that one, prior, but it's we have yet to really see anything crazy out of it. Ooh, careful there. Bowden nearly gets the one through the smoke right as he fades. Also able to just kind of moonwalk out of the way, but yeah, it's okay. That's a big kill on the Swisher. That's the second time he's been killed on that aggression too. I don't know what to make of it right now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems like he just gets taken out way too quickly. And again, there's just no trades that are happening. So that's the thing too, right? Like you're pretty much just sacrificing your body for nothing.
That is something that I feel like I've noticed, is that ATK really hasn't been super consistent on that. You're right. I mean, that's something that Carpe Diem has been doing really excellently. And oh no, MisteM just caught on the rotation, completely unaware that there's a player in their back lines. This bomb site now getting attacked from both CT and from Banana. It will get cleared out by Bowden, however, so that relieves a little bit of the pressure, but this is going to be a full push out. MisteM going to save his comrade, but no, Bowden can't land the second shot. Playing awkward up close, but Fady on the rotation is able to get another. Bomb isn't down, so he can play the time on this. Fake plant's going to come in. Fady, aware. Gonna play the time, might peek a little bit too soon. Hex can't be dry peeking into Hex, especially not the second time.
Man, Hex is nasty, man. He's filthy right now. 13 and 4. He's got about 166 ADR on the charts. Like he's just trampling over everybody. So now it's a 7-2 lead, and again, like I said, last time these guys played, it was such a close game, but right now, I mean, Carpe Diem, I was kind of questioning this pick. You know how close that last time was, but man, I guess they, you know, reviewed the VODs and watched the demos, and man, they've adjusted.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it just looks so clean from them. You know, it doesn't look like they're struggling to find openings. It just feels almost mathematic. It feels like they're kind of working through their algorithm of peaks, and Chop working through his own gets the opening kill on a Fady. It's just, right now, it just seems like ATK has no answer outside of just trying to play their game and just trying to see if they can make it work.
Yeah, and they're just popping off too, right? Like Carpe Diem, like the firepower just seems to be a little bit more unmatched against right now against ATK. They just can't seem to handle this heat that they're cooking up here. Smoking to block off Bowden, so now again he's gonna have to push on back. He does have that up, but now he has to reposition it again. Carpe Diem, right back to that bread and butter, right? They go back for the mid bracket control, but then they're gonna let it off. They're gonna ease off the gas, and I think there's a Swisher again with the jump spots, and he gets taken out again. Swisher, oh man, he's just getting dunked on.
It's starting to feel to me like it's almost like, I know a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams do that jump spot, but it just feels so focused on Swisher. You know, they punish that every single time he's done that so far. Bowden's going to have to hold on to this bomb site by himself. Remaining two players, MisteM and MisteM, just going to try and get some information about this A bomb site, and that will call the rotation of MisteM over. So at least it should be a 2 versus 5. But then again, it's a 2 versus 5. How much are you going to be able to do with all this utility coming in, closing things off?
Oh no!
Missing the first, does get the second, is the low player, but with instant trade, MisteM looking to just walk through the smoke. Not going to work. Your A1S is long, and it just leaves MisteM and Banana trying to hold on to his gun.
A really unfortunate situation too, and I mean the time is running low, right? And that's exactly why those players are playing so aggressive through the smoke, and that's why we saw people are just trying to, you know, be a little bit cheeky and hoping they can maybe take down the bomb carrier just to make sure that, you know, the time will go against Carpe Diem. But oh man, it just backfires. And now MisteM's just trying to be in survival mode. He should be able to escape his death for this round, and that's pretty cheeky. I don't know if I've seen that before. It's been a long time. Yeah.
I'm wondering what he's standing on there. Is there a barrel there?
Or is it like on the wall? Like, is there like a little ledge or something?
I don't know. Either way, I like it. I mean,
yeah,
I'm certainly not looking for legs when I'm walking into T-spawn, you know?
What are these legs doing here?
It's beautiful. But Carpe already secured the half, essentially. 8 rounds to their name. And they haven't shown a single sign of letting up. So I'm really concerned for ATK here. I mean, they do have Mirage up next, and they, you know, that is Bowden's stomping ground. And one thing I will point out, Swisher is 1-8 right now. He is getting punished hard, and you gotta wonder, you know, is that down to how new he is on this team and how they're just punishing that he might not have his roles quite set yet?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it almost seems like out of these 8 deaths, I feel like it's like 6 of them that are him just jump spotting the wall and he gets taken out, right? But like, But again, that's a really good point because again, with him being new, he might not feel 100% comfortable yet. Like, and it does take time, right? It's not like you can just put somebody into a team and it works like magic. I mean, that's pretty uncommon. So for him, he's not having the greatest game he's done so far, but it's still the first half. And I mean, we're only in round 11. Things could, you know, change around, but you know, one thing I'm liking here, Jacob, is that Carpe Diem, they might be going into a little bit of a stack. I don't know yet. You can see the CTs are getting ready for it. Oh my goodness, Walco, you're gone. Goodbye.
Oh, and he got the gun.
He actually did pick it up. I was wondering if he was going to be able to, and I don't know how he did, but he did.
X gonna maybe try and grab this by himself. Got to be careful though. He's throwing a lot through this smoke that can be tracked by a deagle. He is not playing with anyone else. Hearing the reload, the deagle goes wide. Hex even, oh, not gonna be able to make the cross. Bowden, that AK getting put to use. Second smoke will go down to cover the cross, and the bomb will as well. And they're just gonna try and run through the smoke. I mean, you gotta take those. You gotta take that, I guess, but. You know, if all you have is smoke to try and retake this bomb site, I can respect it, but maybe send the pistols out first.
No, definitely. You want to make sure you send his pistols out, but a nice little bit of a spray here from Chop. He's able to get 2. And man, it's a 9-2 position that we see for Carpe Diem. They've taken this half, and man, it's just about how much of a lead do they want to take on this one. I mean, ATK, they just have not been able to figure out an answer. They got the guns out again. They have Bowden Master with the AWP. We got to see something a little bit different, though. This is now the time. There's only a few more rounds left to get themselves back into some kind of contention.
Yeah, and I kind of want to touch on that bit you were talking about Swisher before as well, with, you know, being in a new system. He's got to get kind of everything that he learned in Orglis kind of out of his head, because if you watched any of Orglis's games, like, it just Swisher and B-Wills, like, everybody kind of just, their performance degraded from their previous teams. Like, Swisher coming from, you know, Bad News Bears is, you know, it just kind of looked like he fell off. And I don't think that's a personal thing. I just think that that system just didn't work. And you can kind of see that by how they were never really able to get anything really going. And you got to wonder, you know, how long does that take to get out of your head to be able to get some success at this level?
No, it's a really good point, right? Whenever you're under a different leadership, it can really change things. But oh man, Fady, I thought maybe he was gonna get a nice little fadeaway kill, but not gonna happen. Now this big soul swing, that's huge. Bowden Master's able with the flash, but good trades back and forth here from ATK. This is huge. So now they got themselves in the advantage. They finally have been able to figure out some kind of a crossfire to catch Carpe Diem off guard. And look at CLASIA. Oh no. Is he stuck?
Doing there? Maybe he's trying to prevent his gun from sticking out of the smoke. That would be my only real guess there. But the thing that I'm worried about here is that they're just going to punish the B side again.
Oh, it's down to 1 player only. Like, ATK have just put so much of a lean on this A site, so now it's just down to Swisher, the one player that we've been kind of critiquing a little bit. And there's a lot of distraction coming in from Carpe Diem at the A site. Oh no, the shots missed. Bowden Master, you gotta get out of here, man. But now, Swisher, this is your time to shine. You need to get these kills. He gets the 1. Can he get himself a second? He will. He shut this down, and this should be the round from ATK.
There we go. You get Swisher, you get the man, you get him when you need him, and he just delivers. Finally. You love to see it. I love to see Swisher kind of finally turn on, because when he's playing good, you got to be scared. So the question is whether or not it's too late. You know, can he get himself rolling? He just delivered when he needed to. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not he's going to continue to be able to do that, and whether or not they're going to be able to continue that success into the T side, because, you know, frankly, they've used up most of their CT side here, and, you know, if he's found his footing, you know, is he going to have to find it again once he gets onto the T side? That's the real question that we've got to ask here.
Yeah, that's it. That is going to be the big question. Because, I mean, last time these guys did play, I mean, the T side seemed to be the more dominant side here for both squads. So it's not even like they were relying on the old faithful CT. But Bowden, man, he takes out a kneecap. But Job's just going to take off his head. And now they got themselves back into an advantage, just barely. But Fady should be able to get this trade. He does. But he does take some damage with it, and he gets taken out from CLASIA too. So now look at this aggression. ATK have finally now switched things up. They're mixing up the playbook. The nades in, takes down Hex, and that's a good spell that we see here from ATK.
That was finally the punishment that I think we needed to see on Banana. They've made some attempts at kind of taking that banana control, but like that was probably the best that we've seen from them so far. So maybe they've kind of turned themselves on and figured out something that works. But they're going to pivot their way over towards the A bomb site now. Bomb working its way into apps and CLASIA, gonna try and make his way and try and find some sort of opening. MisteM's got to be careful here. Is Molly gonna be a direct punish maybe? And he's just gonna run out. MisteM clean. 2 kills. Walco, 1 versus 3. Bomb sitting out in the open. I think ATK have found their 4th.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to look a little bit more of a stride. Walco, beautiful shot though. There's still time though, right? He's got just about 25 seconds now. And Swisher needs to make sure he keeps his composure. And there's a, ooh, man, oh man. But he finally gets taken out, Swisher. He's getting himself back into an even footing. 5 and 9, and now we got ourselves a 4th round from ATK, and we're really starting to see them wake up now.
Yeah, MisteM was kind of the linchpin in that hold there. So that's I was calling that round based on MisteM not getting his head torn off there. But you know, you can't really call that when you still have CLASIA on the server. So I also want to give some credit here to Chop. He has been sharp. He's been getting those kills and apps like every single round. And look at this, Swisher. He's changed his positioning. Now he's playing over towards A. The question is, how long is he going to stay over here? They are just up against the pistol, so you can't really take that for a real position swap, I guess. But, oh boy. Okay, that molly was not finished burning CLASIA.
And then he was just so far gone. He's like, "Nah, I'm doing it. I don't even care. I'm committing to this. I can't look silly."
It was intentional. I promise.
It was so intentional, tactical.
It's interesting to see that they've got Odin and MisteM paired up on the B site here. So their setup really isn't that different. Like maybe they are doing something different against pistols, but these last couple of rounds we've seen Swisher playing towards the A site. So you got to wonder if maybe they've swapped up that assignment.
I think they have, and I'm super glad you brought that up, because again, that was something that we were giving a lot of criticism for, and now even look, like we said, Swisher used to be the B player. He's getting some work done in the arches. And the thing is too, is I mean, ATK, sorry, they still have quite a bit of utility available. And there you go, the boost is there, MisteM's able to help out. Ooh, man, good night, Bowden. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Please, no.
It's still too far gone, and they'll recover the AWP, but Walco is terrifying. Like, you don't want to be in a 1v1 aim duel with this guy. And luckily, MisteM able to get away with his life there. But 5 rounds now. This is looking a little bit less dire, but it's still, like, that's still on your CT side. So unless they can pull something crazy out on their T side, I'm not the most confident in ATK, but we'll see.
Yeah, last round of the first half. Now it's a moment to see if Carpe Diem can get themselves on a double digit, or if we're going to see a nice little 6th round here for ATK. And lots of damage being inflicted against ATK. Oh, look at Bowden Master. Man, he is just parkouring his way through B site, and he's just gone about all the way back, so doesn't get any information. So that's quite important, because now they're going to try to re-aggress, I think. A nice little cheeky boost, and oh, this could be huge. This might be able to get him a nice little kill and then back right off.
Didn't see anything, though. If he goes for this repeat, gonna be sitting in a molly for a little while, so that is just like everybody sitting on the edge of their seat there for about 10 seconds as everybody's just trying not to give away too much of an advantage, but Hex wins on the boost up. MisteM will trade for 1, but that's all he gets. That's going to be the B bomb site wide open there. And look at this. They've still got CLASIA sitting over towards Boiler. And actually he's going to let a player through. So if CLASIA doesn't swing this, he could be a problem. Given the fact that Fady could now just work his way over towards the bomb site and maybe create a little bit of pinching maneuver here. But MisteM just going to get caught off the flashbang and Chop cleaning it up. And I'm thinking that we might be seeing ourselves a 10-5.
Yeah, look at this. Fady's still trying to figure what to do. He knows somebody's in the back. He's like, man, what on earth do I do with this? Swisher live with him too. There's just so many bodies, and they gotta start moving, but it's all just down to Fady. A 1-on-3, and he's gonna get taken out. A 10th round, and that's gonna be a 10-5 half for the first.
And we'll see you right after the break.
alone among the stars, without forgetting who I was, or have to look back that far. And I don't want to.
Dark skies we await, bound to each other, but our spirits never die. Fighting as we
Well, we saw a first dominant half here from Carpe Diem, and now we get to see things get switched on over here with Jacob Halfman and Laz on the mics. We're here for map number 1 for IEM Dallas 2022.
Yes, sir. And it has been just an absolute mess. Pardon the logos on the HUD; those are not correct. Those are swapped backwards for some reason, but Carpe Diem does in fact have the 10 rounds, and ATK does in fact have the 5 rounds. It's been a bit of a struggle for them trying to find their way into this game, and now they've got to try and locate some success on their T side, and it will be a first set of instant trades, but Wiz is going to be good to catch his own, but that is the A bomb site wide open. This is a perfect mirror of what happened in the first pistol, actually, so this is kind of entertaining.
This is actually quite funny. I was just thinking that too. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is a mirror matchup, really, but
3v3 instead of a 3v2, but Bowden clean, getting that one tap. And it's going to have to be a take from the Orches. And this flashbang, hoping for something big here. Swisher stuck in the corner, but he's going to be the one who's not going to get checked. And it's looking like ATK might have found themselves a first pistol. And CLASIA has to try and locate 3 heads, getting 0.
yeah, great pistol that we saw here from ATK. There we go, got things switched over. Thank you, production, for that. Yeah, and a great round, and again, like, Swisher just being in the back corner, I mean, you could see that flash came in from Carpe Diem. They put a lot of focus onto that, right? So they were like, okay, we know the one player's behind tall box, so they know in the middle, like, but again, Swisher was just able to get lined them up and put them all down, but now they're going to put Mac 10s. Last time what we saw in the first half was with Carpe Diem. They actually put a lot more money into this one, so ATK are going to be on the little bit more conservative side, but they're going to build up that money if they can take this one away with those Mac 10s and that extra money bonus.
Yeah, the only thing I'm really concerned about is that we see 3 5.7s in the server right now, and okay, those nades were perfect. That was amazing utility right there, people, because what you just saw was the Molotov go down in front of Walco, and those nades just slowed him down, chipped him down, and the Molly got that final little bit of damage, just cleaned him up. So now executing their way onto the B bomb site here. Nothing found in the smoke yet. Just looking for these players hiding around, and this is what I was kind of worried about, but they do kind of find those kills eventually. And Hex is just going to spam through the smoke and just destroy Fady. He's got to worry about the player from above, and he's going to get aggressed from Bowden. They're not going to let them walk out and get any more kills, but it was looking a little bit sketchy for a moment there, but they do find it.
Oh, there was so much potential too, because I can't remember who it was, but they were. Oh, there was Hex was trying to get through the smoke, and again, if he would have had the timing right, there was a flash that came in too. So again, he was trying to be a little bit aggressive, and he did have that 5.7, and that's the beauty of that pistol, man. You got tons of armor, does so much damage too. So, but it's going to be one more save round here for Carpe Diem. They're going to have just 2 smokes, or sorry, 3 smokes with a flash available here from the utility side. They're going to go for the 3-2 old split here. They're not going to try anything full stack. They're not going to try anything a little bit unorthodox. And Wiz, though, he was a little tired, so now he's put down for a nap.
Interesting. I feel like we're seeing Carpe Diem going for a lot of really early peaks so far. I mean, this is just pistols, but they've gone for a lot of early stuff. Fady just going to get a free deagle if he opts to pick it up. Deciding not to. And this is looking like it's going to be a pretty easy walk here for the boys over on ATK. Just Hexed, hiding on the bomb site, and he'll be cleared out pretty much immediately. So ATK are going to find themselves within 2 rounds here, unless Walco can get an ace with the USP, but I don't think he's going to be going for that anytime soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'll do a shoey, you know. I mean, if he's, yeah, exactly right. He's just trying to preserve the utility. He's trying to stay alive. But look at this, man. ATK, they see red. They are just hunting. They are looking for him. And
oh, get that Mac 10 money, baby.
Yeah, you got to get the bonus. That's what I talked about. And oh, look at Fady, man. Oh, even a little jump action on that too. All right, all right. But Carpe Diem, they got the funds, they're ready to go. The Op's going to be out here enough for Wiz. We'll have to see what they're going to do with it. And again, Wiz is going to be that one player I kind of want to have that focus on, just because, again, with that Op on that CT side, you can do so much with it and have the rotation in. And he was doing a little bit of work before, but this is where, you know, Wiz starts to shine.
Yeah, this is, I mean, if we look back here, I'm actually going to try and take a look at their match from the Open Qualifier. One thing I kind of wanted to try and look at, I'm trying to cite information too soon. The game, I can't find the dang match page. I was trying to take a look and see what the halves kind of looked like, to try and get an idea of, you know, how could this swing one direction or the other? You know, is it just Carpe Diem having a trouble T-side? Look at that, they're back to back. What's going on? Banana, just a complete mess. I'm trying to see, you know, is this a deal where, you know, ATK might have their T-side locked in and Carpe Diem might have their T-side locked in, but they're both just kind of suffering, and that just kind of makes you wonder, you know, do they have enough gas to kind of push this across the line?
And this is what I was kind of mentioning before, right? Like, I feel like I'm always just going back, but I mean, the last time these guys played, the T side was that dominant side. So that's where we're kind of thinking, like you said, is the CT side kind of the deflator, and looking like CLASIA is able to get at least one thing to pop a tire, pop a hole in the tire, and now ATK are getting themselves in that site, but CLASIA might be able to. Oh, he's got the opportunity, but it's a little bit too late. The bomb does get planted, and he tries to get away from it, but he gets taken out. So now it's down to Hex on a 1v2.
Yeah, that's rough. They do line up here. It would be entertaining if he just kind of pulled the trigger, but MisteM's watching for this. The smoke's going to fade. Actually, it's going to be both players here, and this is...
They're right in front of each other.
They're right in front of each other. How does he get that kill? And he could get the second. Not quite. MisteM able to clean it up. Got a little bit close at the end there, but...
Oh.
ATK within one, and relegating the CT side... probably just down to some upgraded pistols. I'm not sure if they're going to go for a purchase here. And it's not looking like they're going to buy anything at all here. Maybe a little bit of utility, and here they go. They're upgrading the pistols, but the money is rough. So ATK with an opportunity to tie things up.
Yeah, ATK haven't lost a round in the second half so far. They've been just going on cruise control. Now Carpe Diem, like you said, they don't got enough money in the bank for another gun round. And Walco playing a little bit by himself, but will be able to get out of this. So a good little cheeky stack that we're seeing here from the CT side towards the apartment. So Fady, if he's not too careful, he might just get himself a little bit ambushed. But he does.
There's that 5-7.
Man, that's the thing too.
Honestly,
you got a deagle on the 5-7.
The 5-7 almost is like stronger at this point because of what it does to armor. And look at that, doing things to armor right there. An opportunity once again. If CLASIA can get himself out of the way, no, he's just gonna walk side to side. But Wiz is gonna be able to walk out and get a couple more taps, but only one player remaining on the A bomb site. So 1v3 here, waiting for these. Oh boy, wait, he's got an AK. He's got an opportunity. But that's enough deterrence to send him towards B, and if he's not careful, Chop could find himself in a world of hurt as they make this rotation, dancing side to side, doing quite a bit of damage, but unable to find the kill. This is just rotations pulling back and forth, traditional Inferno style. But Walco's here, and he's going to be able to get the first. But now it's a 2v1. Hex does have the AK, but the Op is trained on his location, and that'll be a 10th round, tying things up.
And man, there could have been so much change in that round too. Like I can see what Chop was doing. You saw him run down Banana, and I think what he wanted to do was get in the back corner, or sorry, in the right-hand side corner, so that he can try to catch those players off guard. But it was just that one decision that he made. He could have just played a little bit back. The rotations could have been a bit more clear, but it's those split seconds, man. That's the key difference in games like this. And now the pressure is starting to cook. But we are back in an even game. It's a 10-10, and the Op is going to be back out here for Carpe Diem. They got the full rifles out in addition. And this is now we're going to have to see if Carpe Diem can get something moving. If we don't get this round, I think Carpe Diem, they're going to go and call that timeout. Oh, the barrel's showing. Oh, but Bowden Master, man. Guy's an Op Master.
He's lighting up, and when he gets warm, you got to be scared. And falling from the position, Hex got scared away by the flashbang, and that's going to cost him. Unable to land any of the shots as he falls. And this CT side just falling apart for Carpe Diem. They're unable to find these openings, and they're unable to find any trades, and he's got to be careful. That Molotov, perfect timing, but the flashbang. Okay, all right. So it's gonna be CLASIA getting that getting that 1 kill, but that's all he gets. Bomb going down, and it's going to be a save for Carpe Diem because once again their economy's in the trash.
Yeah, they cannot try to go for this, especially with 4 people being alive from ATK. There's just not a hope. Not a hope in heck you're gonna get that one. So they got to preserve these as much as possible. Double ops actually here for ATK. I can't imagine they want to keep double ops, do they? Probably more just to get it out of the rotation, making sure Carpe Diem don't be cheeky little devils to find it.
Yeah, it looks like he threw it out of the map.
All right, there we go. I was thinking Swisher. I don't know, man. I've
I've
seen it in stream, but
if you're gonna be playing on the secondary op, man, but I mean, you do you know, and okay, even Trey does take away 1 more gun from the CT side. They can afford to take this damage on the ATK side in this hunt, but Carpe Diem only able to take 1 gun away from that, and it just feels discombobulated from Carpe right now. You know, nothing kind of feels like they're able to put something cohesive together in their defenses. The rotations are getting played all over, and we will see a tactical timeout used by Carpe Diem, and it's nice to see them use that when they need it, because clearly something is wrong. I don't know. Do you prefer when teams take it when they're going to be in a low buy round, or do you like seeing them take it right before the gun round?
You know, I think I think that's $1 million question, but I would say I think when you're on the eco round, I think that's better because you're not expecting very much when you're on that eco round, right? You're kind of anticipating for the next round. So I think this is a good time for me personally. And again, it's only a 1 round lead, right? So it's not like it's getting, further and further away, but like we said, ATK, man, they've been just on a tear.
Hold on.
Oh,
we are seeing some gun spot up here.
Oh man, they're making me eat my own words. So I guess the timeout's like, hey, let's buy some guns. Only the odd and sod, but
yeah, I was gonna say Hex has been pretty effective on this 5-7. So if he can get 1, I could see this round going Carpe Diem's way. Just from the things just get scary, right? Like you lose a player to a 5-7, and suddenly you just play everything a little bit more scared, I feel.
Yeah, and that M4 is still in the rotation too, so ATK should be aware that it's available. But they're actually just going to slowly push through to B. CTs haven't made so much of a distraction. Now Chop's been able to get out of this position, so he gets himself back and reset up. And you can even see ATK. Yeah, look at this. They're all committed to it.
If ATK execute into this, they might have a bad time because they do have enough utility to kind of provide a counter. Chop is going to get dropped low. Wiz unable to find anything there, but Chop will. Question is, how will they play around these smokes? And ATK,
they're going back.
Call this off. They're going to be running into 2-man stack. They're still not. It's still not clear over here, but it will be a Deagle and a 5-7, so maybe much better odds. But they're taking their sweet time going up towards Arch here, and they could get caught off. They're making a lot of noise. Hex not looking, or sorry, Fady not looking the right way, and Hex will catch him in the back, and the AWP immediately taken out of play as well, and everything falls apart. I don't think any of them were looking the right, I think they all got shot in the back of the head. I don't think any of them were looking towards the person who killed them.
I know, they're all looking around. They're like, oh yeah, he's definitely here. And then it's like, bam, dead in the back of the head. So, but what a good round from Carpe Diem. And like you said, they put that little bit of a force with the one weapon. But again, the 5-7s came up big. But what they did is, like you said, with ATK going in that execute into B site, they realized there was so many extra players there. So when they tried to go for the rotate, Carpe Diem knew it. They heard the sound cue, so they were able to get the rotate right there as well. So even ATK, they were taking it a little bit slow, but man, Carpe Diem was right there waiting for him.
It just felt like ATK panicked, honestly. It just felt like they were like, oh crap, what we did is not working. Run away.
Get me out.
Damage there. Oh, finish it off? Not quite. But yeah, it just feels, it just felt like a complete panic maneuver. And, they I think if they had continued to push on the B site, they might have had a decent opportunity there if they let all the utility fade and kind of, work their way out onto that bomb site. But, ultimately they just tried to make that rotation backwards, and they were just worried about all the off angles that they just got killed on the traditional angles. So,
their nade.
Ooh, that is meaty.
Yeah, it does some pretty good damage on the MisteM, so. And actually now, Carpe Diem do have the double stack right by New Box, so they're going to be able to have a good position for this. The bomb has actually made its way towards Banana, so ATK looking like they might try to get the plan of attack. A little bit of a distraction at the A side, but you can even see Wiz, he hasn't gone on the full rotate. He's still kind of stuck in the deep corridors of Arch by the CT spawn, and it's one player, it's Fady, making a ton of noise. He's trying to catch these CTs off guard and get them maybe in the bit of a rotation. But the two players are still here.
This is
Once
perfect.
Wiz gets his kill, this... Oh my god.
That
Now
opens
the X
things
gets
up.
in. Oh man, it's just a plow. It's a full plow. It's just fully in blue. And now it's right back to a game here, and the advantage here for Carpe Diem. ATK, they looking a little bit lost in these executes now.
Yeah, I want to kind of comment on the way that Wiz was kind of playing there. Even though he didn't get that frag on the first shot, he just kind of put a complete halt to what ATK was doing there, because I think they were really hoping that Fady was going to be able to kind of make that pincher happen, because if he gets Wiz in that situation, you know, you're able to kind of pinch onto the B bomb site from both angles. But it's perfect, and look at that jump boost. That was perfect, and he's all the way down and across, and he might be able to catch this kill. No, Fady sharp with the deagle, and that's an AK pulled away from the CT side.
Oh man, we talked about how close this game was last time, and man, here we are again.
A little worried there at first, but it looks like they've realized how to kind of put things back into perspective. I really do enjoy that we're seeing a close map here. And
Ooh.
okay, through the wall on a Fady, and Walco can't make that secondary op work. Odin just slightly sharper. This is going to leave Chop all by himself. The rotate's coming in, but he's smoked off, so Chop just has to play the safe. The flashbang is perfect. Knows where the next player is. He can drop this next one and get out of dodge. He might have an opportunity. Bowden full blind, but gave him too much time. Too much time, and he walked just slightly out of position. That'll be a bomb save for him. Next, the only player remaining in this 1v3. Clean from ATK, honestly. I mean, the flashbang that I didn't quite see who threw that from CT for the site player, but like that was perfect. I mean, he could have gotten Bowden there too if he had just kind of eked around the edge in the perfect location, but just didn't quite work out. And Hex trying to save this op, but he's going to have to go up against Swisher here. And Swisher's looking for the hunt, and he's surely going to be able to hear the noise. Hex misses the shot.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you brought that up, Jacob, because again, that flash was essentially key for that one player that was in the B site that was able to just get the one kill, maneuver around it. Nothing more happened from that, but again, it's just a detail like that, you know, that just makes such a big difference, right? It's just that communication and just using your utility to its fullest effect. But we're back to an even game now, and again, it's just a seesaw, man. We're going back and forth, and this is just, it's so hard to predict. Everybody does something big, and there's just a little bit of a change-ups. ATK looked a little lost. Now they're looking like, yeah, they've flipped over the page and they're a whole new team. Oh no, they ran past each other. They ran past each other. Walco finally gets them. All right. Carpe Diem started off with the lead now with getting the first opening duel, and already now you can see ATK, they're starting to put the pressure on.
Life is a highway with it as they just pass right by each other. Bowden can't quite get the feet. The jump is perfect, saving his life. Doesn't save the life of Wiz, however, and it's a nice little hop on his way back into... Okay. Okay, I guess he just decided to tag everybody down. Bowden just deciding to turn right on, but that was unique.
Yeah, that's so frustrating for Hex. He's like, I didn't even do anything. Why are you shooting me, man?
It's just a perfect fire, and Bowden just all over the map here. Look at that. He has had impact on 3 different players so far in this round, and that's just going to stratify the defense here. Walco has to stand strong. He's just standing out in the open, and he's not going to be able to land the shot. The A1S is just horrible for hitting those kind of horizontal tracking shots, and you can just really see why right there.
Yeah, and we're kind of starting to see that Carpe Diem, I think we talked about this in the early portion of the second half, is that Carpe Diem weren't really looking, you know, as swift as they normally are on their CT side, and some of the angles that they're taking in these fights, they're almost a little bit questionable in my opinion in some way, like you said. And so this is now where, again, ATK, like, they're doing a great job on just executing together. They have, you know, a little bit of a buddy system in some degree. But they're going to get themselves that 13th round, and Carpe Diem should have enough money, I think, that they can put rifles back on the board if they want. And if Chop can stay alive, this could be huge, especially, you know, transitioning in the next round.
Yeah, honestly, the one thing I do really want to touch on too is it just kind of feels like ATK are the ones who are controlling the engagements right now, right? Like it feels like Carpe Diem is being forced into every duel that ATK wants them to take, and you know that's the tough part when you're on the CT side is you can't control that pace as well. So I have a feeling we might start to see some more aggressive plays from Carpe Diem here. Just trying to gain some control, because it just really feels like ATK has been able to have their way with Carpe Diem and just pulling the rotations all over the place. So expect to see something here from Carpe Diem that may be a little bit more on the aggressive side, or maybe even on an opening duel from Wiz.
I mean, these last few rounds in a row, like, it's not even like one team is winning the opening duels. It's literally back and forth. Like, ATK get it, the next round, Carpe Diem's like, yeah, all right, we'll do it this time. We'll get the opening duel, and that's where things just gets just all over the map, and that's where it gets so difficult. But now ATK are down a member, and this is Bodemaster, and again, he's the one of the top fraggers on this team, and Walco's able to take down MisteM as well, so another good kill. The utility alone is already able to more impact of damage, and ATK looking a little bit more stuck like we saw before.
Yeah, I like the responses that we got out of Carpe Diem in that round, or at least in this round so far, rather I should say, because it kind of feels like they had a response, right? You know, like you go into some of these past rounds where things have been close but not quite. It just kind of felt like they were, you know, constantly running to the aid of, you know, a stricken teammate on the A or B bomb site. But here it kind of felt like they had an idea of how they wanted to support each other in those scenarios. And it looks like they're going to go for some arch control here. They do have Wiz holding this. Will get smoked off, and nothing coming through the smoke there. So now these two players pinned down on the bomb site. CLASIA actually going to free things up, and Hex goes for a double in just 13 rounds. Look at that. That round looked so much cleaner than the past couple.
It just seems like whenever the team gets that opening duel, I mean, it just favors them that much more, right? I mean, it just doesn't seem like the team that loses it can't really bring it back. And man, an even game again, and MisteM's actually going to just go for the MAC-10, just pack a bit of utility, and Swisher, I was going to say, what is Swisher rocking? But he's finally got himself an AK. I was getting a little nervous. But now
on the ground, ready for him.
Yeah.
Delicate hands.
And I mean, that's the thing too now, and again, Bodemaster has been all over the map, like you said. He's just literally just running around and trying to, you know, it's a little bit of a circus. He's trying to give us all the tricks in the world, but he has to find an opening somehow now, and him and MisteM are the two top fraggers with huge numbers, 22 and 24.
See if Fady decides to Fady through the smoke. Ha ha ha. Nah, I'm never going to make that joke again, I promise. But I was wondering if he was going to try and maybe phase through that smoke there towards Archway, because he's going to be dealing with both CLASIA and Wiz. He's not careful. They are leaning over towards the B bomb site as it stands. Bomb actually getting dropped over. Actually, they're just playing for the bomb. The smoke doesn't hit Fady, so oh, that was almost a perfect information grab. I think he was throwing that in a way that he might be able to hit somebody in the smoke, but it doesn't quite land against him. And that will be an opening duel for the T side, and we've seen how these have played out so far. And another one, A bomb site open. Bomb's going to pivot immediately, and this is just going to be a mad scramble for Carpe Diem to try and find themselves a foothold back into this round. Wiz has to hold strong. They think they cleared it, but they have not. A thorn in their side. Wiz can buy so much time here.
Yeah, Wiz is able to get out of the corner too, so now he's been able to reposition Fady just in Big Pit, or sorry, in Graveyard, and Wiz, oh man, he gets a little love tap. He's got the flash out. He's trying to see what else he can do. He's got a little bit of utility still in the pocket. It is a 3-on-4. ATK have made their marking into this A site, and you can already see the CTs are grouping up, ready to go. The smokes are in. But they're going to have to start moving with Swisher. He could be the big backstab. This could just change everything. Carpe Diem, all the efforts in the world, it's just taken away. And now ATK have been able to get themselves another round. And it's all about if Wiz can get himself out of here, get on the broomstick, and fly away.
This op has to be held on to. We're running into crucial numbers of rounds, and Bowden takes it away. 14 rounds for ATK after what looked like a hopeless CT side. They have brought it all the way back, and they are on the verge of map point here. One more round they got to find before they have a cup. Well, I shouldn't say one more round. They need 2 more rounds to take this map. One more round to at least secure overtime. And Carpe Diem is going to... Actually, no, this is an ATK timeout. Trying to decide how they want to play out these last couple rounds to push themselves across the line.
Yeah, and I really like this. I mean, we talked a lot about timeouts here so far in map number 1, but in this kind of a position right now for ATK, they have the lead. Now, like you said, they need to figure out what they want to do because they know that this has been a scrappy second half. So for them, yes, they have all the guns. They got lots of utility available right now, but Carpe Diem does as well. So this is a very, very important round. This could just impact everything. So ATK needs to be very clear on their execute and what they want to do, and this is a chance for them to kind of figure out the little gaps that they've noticed, and it's all about now.
This is it. Live in the moment. You got to see if Carpe Diem decide to go for some of that aggression I was talking about before. I do wonder if they're going to try and do something crazy here. They have tried to do a couple things with the run boost for CLASIA before, and see if they've got anything special up their sleeve here. Pretty standard so far. Just exchange of utility. You know, the usual. That is how Inferno likes to play out every single time.
You know, little feelers, you know, throw a little bit of util.
A little bit of artillery strikes before the final attack.
Exactly. But look at this. I mean, Carpe Diem, they put 4 players at A. 4 of them. Wiz alone, he's the sole anchor of B with the op. That's a lot of responsibility to put on this player, so...
The double arch is interesting.
It is, and I'm literally was just about to go there, and I'm glad you caught it. I mean, we're on the same wavelength, apparently, because I was going to say this is a very, very interesting setup, because they might not expect the 1-2 here. The one player can go for the swing, the other one commits to it. Oh my god, but
so
Fady! Fady! He's just fading away everybody! ATK, they don't care if there's a stack in the world, they're just going to go against it.
That was so clean. I mean, what do? Like, you just get dry peeked and you just get headshot. There's nothing you can do in that situation. It's all on Wiz and Hex to try and prevent this from going to map point. Fady unable to get that next kill. You gotta wonder, you know, this is Hex being the linchpin here, but his silencer sticking out in the open. Swisher able to find it. It has been an absolute rebound for him as well, up to 13 and 15 from, I believe, 1 and 8 earlier. Wiz has to hold on to this op. He needs to hold on to this for next round, because if you look at the money, like, surely they'll have some loss bonus, but that is not enough to get them up to the buy that they'll need to hold off an ATK on 15 rounds.
Yeah, and look at it, it's a full hunt. They've just vacated the site, and now they're looking for him. So again, like you said, Wiz trying to stay alive, and he's got himself in the back. And again, ATK, they're going to try to, you know, pounce onto this as quick as they can. They can afford to give up these bodies, not necessarily all of them, but they can at least try to sacrifice something. Now the nades are in. Wiz is fully blind. Oh man, they're coming in. They're coming in really hot and heavy. And Bowden, oh my god, but Wiz is able to get it. Can he get himself out of the situation? And he does. Somehow, in some way, man, he escapes it just barely.
That was like a horror movie. They're all running after him. They were like right on him. And we will see Carpe Diem use that timeout. They have a little bit in their coffers to purchase some guns here, but this is going to be rough. They're going to be short on utility. They're going to be short on guns. They've got to try and make something work to keep themselves in this one, because otherwise, you know what's up next? ATK's map pick of Mirage. And you know what Bowden likes to do on Mirage.
Oh, we do. Oh, we certainly do. Now all the pressure's here, right? And timeouts are being used, and this is the map point, like you said, for ATK, and this was the pick for Carpe Diem. This was the one that they thought they can get away with, and I mean, this is it. 2 rounds to see what they can do to push to overtime, and ATK only need the 1 to get themselves to the playground of Mirage.
I mean, just think about this, though. This has been a 10-3 half for ATK so far. 10-3. This has been a beatdown. Like, ATK have just had everything locked in. Going for a little bit of a boost here, looking for some aggression towards Banana, and it's actually going to be happening towards mid as well. It spots the player, immediately nopes the hell out of there, trying to avoid getting that gun taken away in such a moment of need. They're just playing with MP9s across the board, and Wiz able to get the kill. That is crucial. An opening frag, but the B site has to hold on and caught utility in hand. It's just down to an MP9. Bodemaster on the off, cleaning things up, and it's starting to look like things might be over on this map for Carpe Diem. The rotates coming in, the rotates being eliminated. Swisher dropping that Molotov in place, and he's gonna get dropped. CLASIA with an opportunity, but it's a 2 versus 1, only 1 AK in hand. And MisteM's in a perfect position to deny. Hex 1 versus 3, and this is for their map pick.
It's all down to this, and Hex doesn't have any more utility to burn. It's all about just getting the shots, making the connections. He's clearing everything. They now know he's made his footsteps. He gets the 1, looking for a little bit more. He's able to get it, but it's going to be Bodemaster to get himself a quad, and they're going to be able to take map number 1 away.